Hello everybody, I'm the Worm, and welcome back to Steins Gate. And I'm ready for something new. Yes, finally. You know, we've had new things sprinkled throughout what we've done so far. But even so, just last episode was, most of it still was pretty much the same to Mayuri's ending. Had a few extra Krisu scenes in there, but pretty much all the same. And so, after getting to Mayuri's ending and then going through the guide, we've finally, I think, actually got we got to a new chapter. That's the easy way to say it. We've just been sort of retracing our steps for quite a while now. And so yeah, I'm back. Still same day as the last episode. I put up. I had the time, and I'm feeling a bit better now as the day goes on. I've had something to eat, and I don't feel as dizzy as I did in the morning. So yeah, and more than anything else, I was just so gearing up for something different, and we finally got it, and it's so I want to get back to it. I want to see what Suzuha has to say and find out what's going on. I believe the chapter I made a save. I think it was something like open the Steins Gate. So that's pretty, they're putting the title in the thing, and so this is obviously quite the moment. Trying to trick me with those false credits. But, yeah, so we're going to continue on here. See what she has to say. I'm excited. Hope you are too. Okay, let's relax. She said to meet her on the roof of Radicon. When I get there, I find it cordoned off. The roof was off limits to begin with, but now it's part of a crime scene. As if I need another reminder of the murder that took place here 3 weeks ago. I duck under the yellow tape and open the door. The lock is still broken. It is. There it is. I can hardly breathe after running up the stairs to get here. As I gasp for air, I look across the stark white concrete. And naturally, my eyes go straight to the satellite sitting smack dab in the middle of the roof. No way. I do find it a bit odd he doesn't... I mean, I understand a lot happened that day, what with seeing Kurisu dead and then the whole everything starting with the first email. I get a lot of stuff happened, but just, I don't know, I think, trying to think of when this all started, he would think back, because he eventually did think back to that first email of having to change that. And so you'd think when he's thinking back to that day, what happened that day? Oh yeah, Kurisu was murdered. But wouldn't he then remember that he saw a satellite on the roof too? Because that was that's quite something to see. I don't know. It's just, it feels a bit strange that he forgot that there was a satellite on the roof. Especially after he saw that satellite again, just embedded into the side of the building. But, whatever. Oh, you took them with you. That's interesting. Wow, what's that? It's a robot, right? The transforming kind? More than meets the eye. Mayuri and Daru are just as surprised. What is that thing? I mean, it looks like Suzuha's time machine. But there's something different about it. Suzuha's looked old and beat up. This one looks brand new. Yeah, come on, man. If I was able to put 2 and 2 together, surely you can. It's not stuck in the wall. Yes. Very observant here today. Not stuck on the wall either. Besides, this is the beta world line where CERN's dystopia never forms. Suzuha has no reason to travel to 2010. Yes, that's the question. That's the question. That's what we all want to know. That satellite shouldn't be here. And yet, I feel like I've seen it before. Where? When did I... Of course, it was at Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. Yes, thank you. Thank you for finally remembering that. Right before the presentation started, something shook the building like an earthquake, and when I went to check on the roof, this satellite was sitting there. Though still confused, I approached the satellite. Just then, the hatch opens, and someone steps outside. Oh my goodness. Wow. Interesting. Well, she mentioned a resistance before. This certainly looks the part much more than what she was wearing before.
Okabe, Rintaro.
Suzuha!
It really is her. The part-time warrior. John Titor. Time traveler from 2036. Daru's daughter, who will be born 7 years from now. Why? Why are you here? I already asked her the same question over the phone, but I can't help myself. I need answers.
質問に答えて。君が岡部倫太郎?
Answer the question. Are you Okabe Rintaro? Yeah. The way she puts it makes it sound like she's never met me before. And now that we're talking face to face, I realize that there's something very different about her. For starters, what's with all the camo? It looks dirty and worn, like she's been fighting in it for a while. She's even carrying a gun for some reason, and I'm pretty sure it's not a replica. Can we see that? Hang on. Where are... This is very important to get correct. Shift. I see no weapon. But I will take the story's word for it. Is she really Amane Suzuha? Hold on, just hold on a second. This doesn't make sense. No, calm down. Figure this out, Okabe. You know that this is impossible. Suzuha can't be here. She leapt to 1975 in her one-way time machine. Excuse me. She leapt to 1975 in her one-way time machine. She found the IBN 5100, made sure it would get to you, then passed away in the year 2000. So, where did this girl come from? That is a good point. Yeah. Here's a thought I've wondered before. So I think this is true. I think this is the case. Even before Suzuha going back in time to 1975, even before she did that, she was probably still responsible for us getting the IBN in the first place, right? It's just that whole, you know, fate thing. I'm just trying to think. I'm wondering if that final reading Steiner thing we had, where we deleted the data in CERN's server. It's not like that would have reversed, or would it have? Would it have reversed? What had happened with Suzuha? I mean, in this world line here, the satellite has been here for 2 weeks, right? Because it appeared during Dr. Nakabachi's conference. Right? Is that right? You'd think they're... Let's... Well, it's been over 20 days now, actually. It's the 21st now. Speaking of which, actually, let's... Oh, there's this again. I get the feeling that they're gonna... If I were to wait long enough on this screen, something would jump scare me. I get that sense when I look at this. I got an achievement last time, too, that said something like cleared the mail of someone who... I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure what that achievement was. Let's just keep going. Let's stop going off on tangents. So where did this girl come from?
私は2036年から来たタイムトラベラー。オカリンおじさんに頼みがあるの。
Aww. I'm a time traveler from the year 2036. I have a request for Uncle Ocarine. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Uncle?
おじさんなの?
You're an uncle. We don't have time to humor Mayuri's question. Suzuha walks up to me and looks me in the eye. Her expression is grim. The next words out of her mouth are the last thing I expected to hear.
この世界線の未来では第三次世界大戦が起きちゃうんだ。
Ah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, that's not welcome news. Yeah, no, that's not good news at all. Yeah, that's very, it's very out of the frying pan into the fire, for sure. Okay, so yeah, Suzuha, I guess, was right. We don't have to worry about CERN taking over the world. Now we just have to worry about the world itself existing. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so this problem is far greater than this whole time traveling thing. It was already pretty crazy, but now we're I think earlier I said something like we need to get to like Delta World Line or Gamma World Line. I think that's becoming more of a possibility now because Beta's no good either, looks like. Okay, this world line is heading for World War III.
それを回避するために、私に協力して過去を変えて、お願い。
I need your help to prevent it. Please, help me change the future. Yeah, so that is an interesting question, though. I mean, the fact that they brought it up. She leapt to 1975, made sure it get to you, then passed away in 2000. So where did this girl come from? Well, presumably, so that was Suzuha from a different world line in the Alpha attractor field. So in the Beta world line, maybe it's just he got the IBN without Suzuha's help. It got there for what? Yeah, I think that's how it has to be, right? He was able to get an IBN because we saw he threw it away. He had one. And so this is just Beta attractor field Suzuha. Got it. What the? Yeah, that's gotta suck. Especially for him. Considering he went through all the, he went through all the trouble going through the guilt and feeling guilty about playing God and sacrificing his friends and his memories. He went through all that, and now this. What the hell are you talking about?
第三次世界大戦って大変だよ。
Thank you, Mayuri. World War III? Oh no, that's really bad.
いや、つうかさ、タイムトラベラーってマジ？釣りじゃなくて？
Mayuri she's very good at getting to the heart of the matter. Are you really a time traveler? You're not just messing with us here?
父さんは黙ってて。
Stay out of this, Dad.
父さん？
Yes.
びっくりした。謎の美少女にいきなり父さん呼ばわりされたでござる。どうせならお兄ちゃんと呼んでくれ。
Whoa, that was a shock. I mean, it's not every day a mysterious beauty calls me Dad. Though, to be honest, I'd prefer to be called Big Bro.
待てってくれ。
Wait. Everyone just wait. Let me think. I take a deep breath. Okay, let's figure this out. I turn to Suzuha.
そこにある人工衛星のようなものはタイムマシンか？
Is that thing a time machine? Suzuha nods curtly. She hasn't smiled once. There's no hint of the cheerful Suzuha I remember. Instead, I sense strength, conviction, and steel resolve.
お前の父親が作ったのか？
Your father built it?
そうだよ。
That's right. Suzuha glances at Daru.
お前は一体どこから来た？
Where did you come from?
2036年から
The year 2036.
1975年、2000年を経由して。
I stopped in 1975 and 2001st. Say what?
経由だって。
Oh, did you? Oh, interesting. So, maybe she's still responsible for the IBN. You what? That doesn't make any sense. She's obviously not in her 40s. Which means...
あのタイムマシンは未来方向にも跳躍できると言いたいのか？
Oh my goodness. It's like we've unlocked a new... It's like a Metroidvania. You unlock a whole new ability that opens up a whole new possibilities, directions to go in. Oh my goodness. That time machine can travel to the future?
そうじゃなきゃタイムマシンとは呼べないじゃん。
It wouldn't be much of a time machine otherwise. This isn't the Suzuha I know. But it is Suzuha.
お前は違う未来から来た。
You're from a different future.
違う未来。
A different future?
2036年はどんな状況なんだ？セルンによるディストピアは？
What's going on in 2036? What about CERN's dystopia?
セルンって何？ディストピア？
Yep. That's CERN was such a big bad for so long, and now they're just non-entity. Okay. CERN? What's that? Suzuha frowns. She doesn't know about CERN? That settles it. She's definitely not the Suzuha I know. Is it weird that I kind of wanted to see that dystopia? Or, you know... Like, I guess in the grand scheme of things, when we're hopping realities, I guess this was always a possibility that... Well, it wasn't just a possibility, it was what we were hoping for, that CERN would just not be a thing, but we always got these hints, and like brainwashing and, what was it, the espers, and we've had hints of it, and so I was kind of curious to see it, but I guess not.
さっき第三次世界大戦が起きると言ったよな。
You said something about World War III.
そう。その戦争で人類の総人口は10億人まで減ったの。
Right. In my time, humanity has been reduced to less than 1 billion people.
10億って、今の総人口って67億人ぐらいじゃなかったっけ？だとしたら57億人も死んだってこと？
Less than 1 billion? But the population now is like 6.7 billion. You saying 5.7 billion people died?
核兵器が使われてね。
That's what happens when you use nuclear weapons. Yes. People die when they are killed indeed.
かつての冷戦構造にそっくりだった。きっかけはタイムマシン。
It was just like the Cold War. Only this time they were fighting over time travel technology. Wow, this just keeps getting better and better.
EU とロシアによる開発競争が火種になって、それにアメリカまでが横やりを入れたから収拾がつかなくなった。
It started with a race between the EU and Russia. Then the Americans got involved and things really went to hell. What? How could the inclusion of Americans cause things to get worse? I'm not following you here, Suzuha.
世界を滑る可能性を持つ夢の装置。それを手に入れることは、過去から未来までを全て手中に収めるっていうことになるわけだから。
They were all desperate to stop anyone else from being the first to build a time machine. Whoever controls time controls the world, right? Time travel again? It has the power to grant your dreams and at the same time destroy everything you love. I feel like, are we regretting dismantling the phone wave at this point, or no? I know that better than anyone.
2036年には戦争は終結してるけど、地球はボロボロ。もうさ、人がまともに住める世界じゃないんだ。
Also, can I say, Suzuha, I kind of like your hairdo. I'd like to see the back of it, too. Got these braids going on. By 2036, the war's over, but it has left Earth in ruins. We won't survive for long, not as things are. It's unbelievable. The future of the Alpha World Line, CERN used their time machine to fashion a dystopia where no one could oppose their rule. They eliminated human conflict, but it came at the cost of humanity's free will itself. Suzuha traveled to the past to change that. She showed me how to escape that convergence. The result is this, the Beta World Line. Here, CERN fails to complete its time machine. But instead, 5.7 billion people die in the fires of nuclear war. This can't be happening. My legs fold beneath me. I sink to my knees. Ocarine, are you okay? Somehow I'm thinking not, really, Mayuri. Mayuri kneels beside me and gently rubs my back. But I'm too stunned to respond to her kindness. I glare at Suzuha. Though I know it's absurd, part of me blames her. Why is this happening? You lied to me. You said a peaceful future was waiting for us on the Beta World Line. We saved Mayuri. We changed the future. And now, after everything we did, Suzuha appears before me once again to say that it wasn't enough?
今が未来への大きな分岐点で。
We're at a point of great divergence when... I know that already.
だったらわかるでしょ。このままじゃ57億人が死ぬんだよ。戦争が終わったって何も残ってない世界に私たち放り出されるんだよ。
And you understand. 5.7 billion people are going to die, and the survivors will be left with no future, no hope.
あんなひどい世界を変えるために私はここに来たの。そして過去を変えるためにはオカリンおじさんの協力が。
I came here to prevent that, and to do that, I need your help, Uncle Ocarin.
断る!
I refuse. I reject her plea outright. Suzuha looks hurt, betrayed, like an abandoned puppy. How dare she look at me that way? I borrow Mayuri's shoulder, struggle back to my feet.
俺はアルファ世界線からここに来た。俺の大事な女の子の命を犠牲にしてまでここにたどり着いたんだ。
I came here from the Alpha World Line. I had to sacrifice the girl I loved to make it this far. I can't go back. Not to the world line where Mayuri dies.
57億人が死のうと知ったことかよ。あいつのクリスの犠牲を無駄になんかさせないからな。
I don't care if 5.7 billion people die. I won't let Karisu's sacrifice be in vain. One person versus 5.7 billion. They can't be compared. Suzuha is staring at me in disbelief. Mayuri and Daru clearly don't know what to say. I haven't told them what happened, so they can't understand.
つまりおじさんは別のアトラクトフィールドにいたってこと？
Wait, you mean you've been to another attractor field?
すごい。それが例のリーディングシュタイナーなんだね。
Wow. So that's the power of reading Steiner.
なぜその名を？
How do you know about that?
父さんから聞いてる。それに私もオカリンおじさんとは会ったことがあるんだ。未来でね。
Dad told me. And I've met you before, Uncle Ocarine. In the future, that is.
俺と？
You've met me?
そっか。そしてそっちのアトラクタフィールドでも私は同じように2010年に来たんだね。
I see. So the me of that attractor field went to the past too. Faint smile flickers across her face. Then she looks at me with renewed intensity.
オカリンおじさん、今おじさんは断るって言ったけど。
Uncle Ocarine, I know you don't want to, but...
そうだ。クリスの死は無駄にしない。マユリを殺させはしない。
No, I won't let Karisu's death be in vain. I won't let Mayuri die.
マユシは死んじゃうの？
Huh? Mayushi dies?
さっきから言ってるそのクリスってマキセ・クリスのことだよね。
By Karisu, I assume you mean Makise Karisu?
聞いておじさん。
Listen, Uncle.
もしもだよ。この世界線の未来を変えるために必要なのが2010年7月28日に亡くなったマキセ・クリスを。
Let's say, hypothetically, that the only way to change the future of this world line is to go to July 28th, 2010, the day Makise Karisu dies.
助けることって言ったら
And save her. What would you do? Ho ho ho. All right. I'm surprised I didn't think of it. Yeah, I mean, I was rebuking Okabe there for forgetting about the time machine in the beta world line, and yet I didn't take the next step and realize, wait a second, we have a time machine that allows us to physically. Oh, now it's all it's all coming together. Now I get it. Yep. So that's why we heard the scream and why it was Okabe. Now I see. Yeah, okay. There it is. That was the final piece clicked in there. Yep. Yeah, so it is going to be like I thought. Yep. Okay. Yep, there we go. We finally get it. That's why Karisu says is acting like she had already met him. It's why we hear his scream. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was waiting for. That was it. I should have been able to piece that together sooner, but okay. What? Shock ripples through my body. Now, of course, that goes along with the idea that, or hopefully goes along with the idea that Karisu's not actually dead, and that it's just, Still some things I'm not sure about. Like, why? I mean, I guess the play acting making her dead is just to send, because we have to send Okabe, send, you know, himself on the journey that will eventually allow him to get here at all. Okay. What did she say? Save Krisu? But how? We no longer have the phone wave or the time leap machine, and even if we did, I could never leap that far back. Yeah. Same here, Okabe. Of course. I look over Suzuha's shoulder at the object disguised as a satellite.
Time machine. これがあれば。
Your time machine. We can use your time machine. It came all the way from 2036. It should have no trouble going back a mere 3 weeks. Even better, this time machine can do what Alpha Suzuha's couldn't do. It can travel to the future. I can go to July 28th, save Krisu, and return to the present. No D-mails, no time leaps. Genuine physical time travel. Yeah, that's the crazy part. I can't refuse. I literally can't refuse. I saw this time machine once before, on July 28th, that fateful day. Shortly before Krisu was killed, I saw it standing in this very spot, as sure as it is standing before me now. There's only one thing that can mean. It has already been established that this time machine will appear on that day in this place. Even before I sent the first email, my participation was assured. Even the thought of turning Suzuha down now is meaningless. Nothing is coincidence. There's only inevitability. The revelation makes me dizzy. You and me both, pal. It's like I don't have the tiniest atom of free will. Like my every action from the moment of my birth was planned for by some cosmic force. Yeah, that's kind of been where this has been leading to.
私が望む世界線はオカリンおじさんが通ってきたっていうアルファ世界線だっけ？そこじゃない。
The world line I wish for isn't... What did you call it? The Alpha world line? It's not that.
目指すべきは
What I wish to reach is the Delta world line.
アトラクタフィールドの狭間。
Oh, this is more interesting. Is the space between attractor fields. Uh-huh. Well, okay. I didn't know that was on the table, but you know, I think okay, sure. The space between.
どのアトラクタフィールドからも一切干渉を受けない。たった一つの世界線。
There lies a world line, not interfered with by any attractor field.
通称シュタインズゲート。
What? A world line known as Steins Gate? Did Okabe tell you this? Did Okabe tell you this in the future?
No.
But that's the Chuny name I pulled out of my ass. It doesn't even mean anything.
シュタインズゲートはさ、まだ誰も見たことのない未知の世界線らしいんだ。
I was told that Steins Gate is a brand new world line, one no one has ever observed.
らしいって、それ誰かが観測したんじゃないん？
Could just be purely theoretical, I suppose. But didn't someone have to observe it to know it's there?
観測はされてないんだよね。だから未知なわけで。
Nope, it's never been observed. That's what makes it new.
でも、シュタインズゲートのダイバージェンスはお父さんとオカリンおじさんとですでに割り出されてるよ。
But Dad and Uncle Ocarine were able to calculate its divergence.
相対値でここからマイナス 0.081609%。
Minus 0.081609% relative to the current world line. So we're pretty close, right?
そこがシュタインズゲート。
And I don't think this is the first time we've seen a negative value for that. I think that was the one... Oh, which one was it? It was for one of the character endings. Either Ferris or Lukako. Okay, that's where we'll find Steins Gate.
その世界線に到達するために必要な条件がクリスの救出。
And to reach that world line, we have to save Karisu?
そういうこと。
Exactly.
第三次世界大戦を回避する鍵なんだよ。彼女が生きていればさ、戦争は起きない。少なくとも57億人も死なないんだ。
She's the key to averting World War III. As long as she lives, the war won't happen. Or at the very least, 5.7 billion people won't die. Uh-huh.
なぜだ。
Why? Huh?
なぜクリスなんだ。確かにクリスは天才少女だが、あいつが57億人を救う英雄だっていうのか。
Why Karisu? I mean, I know she's a genius, but are you telling me she's the hero who will save 5.7 billion people?
よくわかんない。
I don't know.
わからないって。無責任すぎるだろ。
You don't know? And you expect me to go along with this?
私は父さんの立てた計画通りに動いているだけ。
Hey, I'm just following Dad's plan.
その計画、元はオカリンおじさんが立案したらしいんだけど。
And apparently, you're the one who came up with it in the first place.
だからおじさんの計画が間違ってたら私のやってることも意味がない。
If there's a flaw in your plan, then we're all in trouble.
どうしてまた聞きなんだ。直接俺に指示されたわけじゃないのか。
It sounds like you didn't hear it from me. Is that right?
オカリンおじさんは10年ぐらい前、今からだとおよそ15年後、2025年に亡くなった。
You passed away 10 years ago. 15 years from now, that is. The year 2025. The same result as on the Alpha World Line.
だから真相はわからない。父さんはオカリンおじさんの意思を継いでこの計画を実行するためにたった一人でタイムマシンを作り上げた。
So I don't know the whole story. What I do know is that my dad continued your work. After you died, he built his time machine all by himself just to see your plan through. That's my super hacker. He must have hacked into CERN and stole their research, then used it to construct his own time machine. On the Alpha World Line, CERN killed Daru before he could complete the machine. But here, Daru was able to perfect his design. That's why it can go back to the future. At least, that seems to be the most likely explanation.
オカリンおじさん、
Uncle Ocarine?
その世界線シュタインズゲートは未知っていうぐらいだからどんな未来が待っているのか誰も知らない。
Like I said, Steins Gate is unobserved. Nobody knows what future awaits us there.
もしかしたら第三次世界大戦が終結した後でディストピアが構築されるかもしれない。
There's a chance that a dystopia rises from the ashes of World War III.
もしかしたらマキセ・クリスはオカリンおじさんが助けた2日後とかに死んじゃうかもしれない。
There's a chance that Makise Krisu dies just 2 days after you save her.
もしかしたらオカリンおじさんは2025年じゃなくて1週間後に死んじゃうかもしれない。
There's a chance that you don't die in 2025, but next week.
でも同時にもしかしたら2036年になるまで第三次世界大戦も起きないしディストピアも構築されないかもしれない。
But there's also a chance that when 2036 comes, there will be no dystopia, no world ravaged by war.
マキセ・クリスも他の誰も死なないかもしれない。
There's a chance that everyone, including Makise Krisu, will still be alive.
素晴らしい未来が待っているかもしれない。
There's a chance that a wonderful future awaits.
少なくとも私がいた2036年でもなく アルファ世界線の私がいた2036年でもなくなるのは確か。
At least, it won't be the future I came from, and it won't be the future the other me came from. That much is certain. Is an unknown future really for the best? I would hate for the ending role to say, despite your best efforts, you made everything worse.
先は見えない完全な未知。
It's completely unknown, completely unpredictable. Krisu can't be saved. I know that. Even if we change the past, convergence will ensure her death, just as it did for Mayuri. It's impossible. There's no way this plan can succeed. In the end, fate will win, as it always has.
それでも言ってくれるなら、それでも私と一緒に7月28日へ飛んでくれるなら。
But if you're willing to try, if you're willing to come with me to July 28th,
この手を握って。
then take my hand. I look down at Suzuha's hand. Her skin is rough, her palm calloused. This cool, collected, unsmiling Suzuha comes from a ruined world, from the ashes of a war that claimed over 5 billion lives. I can only imagine what she's been through. Krisu. How I have dreamt of saving her. I would do anything, anything to change her fate. But how do I know this invitation won't lead me into another maze of despair?
マユシーは今の話、ちんぷんかんぷんなのです。
Mayushi doesn't understand any of this?
でもね、そのマキセさんっていう人は、オカリンにとっては大事な人だったんでしょ?
But this Makise-san was very important to you, wasn't she?
だったら頑張るべきだよ、オカリン。
So I think you should go for it, Okarin.
57億人救えるかどうかってのはちっとも想像できないけどな。
Saving 5.7 billion people, man. I can't even imagine it.
ごちゃごちゃ細かいことはいいから、その女の子を助けることだけ考えればいいんじゃね？そうすればモテ期到来確定だし。
But don't sweat the small stuff. Just save the girl and you're set for life. It's the dream of every otaku. Mayuri and Daru offer me encouragement, but it's not enough to overcome my doubt. The Magase Krisu we knew, lab member number 4, 004, is already gone. Even if I save her on this world line, she won't remember any of the time she shared with us. So there's no point. I won't bend time to my convenience. Not again. I'm not God, I don't have that right. If I try, I'll just end up making things worse. Reason pleads with me to stop. And yet, I look at Suzuha's outstretched hand, and then, with resignation, I grasp it firmly.
やるよ。
I'm in. Try though I may fight it. This choice was made for me on July 28th, the moment I laid eyes upon this time machine.
結局、俺がお前の手を握るように。
Fate wants me to take your hand. Who am I to argue? I'm not at all confident that I can save Krisu. How many times have I tried to resist fate only to fail? I don't want to see her die. But if there is a chance, however small, that she can be saved, I have to try. Even if I can't take back what we had, I want more than anything to save her.
一緒に 行くよ。
Let's go.
ありがとう、オカリンおじさん。
Thank you, Uncle Okarin.
じゃあ乗って。
Hop aboard.
ちなみにそのタイムマシン、2人乗り OK なの？
Can this time machine even fit 2 people?
もちろん。私の父さんが作った最高傑作なんだからさ、当然だって。
Of course it can. It's my dad's masterpiece.
誰は娘に愛されてるな。
Daru, your daughter really loves you.
言葉の意味はよくわからんが、とにかく父さんではなくお兄ちゃんと呼べ。
I don't get it, but stop calling me dad. I'd rather be your big bro, if you know what I mean.
オカリン、 絶対帰ってきてね。行ったまま戻ってこなかったら嫌だよ。
Ocarine, please come back, okay? I don't want you to disappear.
別に違う世界に行くわけじゃない。過去にちょっと戻ってくるだけだ。
I'm not going to another world. It's just a short hop to the past. I pat Mayuri's arm reassuringly. Then I follow Suzuha to the time machine's hatch and slip inside. Okay, my throat hurts. Okay, I think that kind of feels like a cutting off point. Met up with Suzuha, got the lowdown on what's going on in the future. Then we decided to go with her. They played the main. I was half thinking that we were about to get credits rolling there, so I'm kind of surprised we're still going. So I guess next time we will actually go to the past, and I mean, I feel like we don't have a lot of prep time here, so I'm a bit curious what we're gonna try and do. Yeah. Yeah, let's call it here. Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel like I could have could have put together some of those pieces a bit earlier, and I just, for whatever reason, it didn't click with me. That we would be using Suzuha's time machine to essentially set in motion what happened at the beginning. Okay, I've been the Worm. This has been Steins Gate. I hope you're all doing all right, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.